طيب، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أنور فتح الرحمن أحمد ضفع الله، مجموعة الباحثين السودانيين. اليوم الأربعاء 7/3/2018، واليوم يشرفنا إنه نواصل في سلسلة سمنارات الباحثين السودانيين على الإنترنت. هاشتاج SRF_webinar، هاشتاج RI_webinar. اليوم بيشرفنا ويسعدنا ان يكون معنا الصديق الجميل الرائع أبيشاك سورياوانشي. هو الهند ويعتبر من صغار العلماء في الهند. أبيشاك بيشتغل الآن حاليا كسفير لويكيبيديا في البرامج التعليمية، ويشغل برضه اللي هو نائب رئيس فرع ويكيميديا. ويكيميديا هي المؤسسة الأم لويكيبيديا في نيويورك. هو بدأ أول نادى ويكيبيديا في آسيا، وكان الكلام ده على أساس إنه يعني ينشر اللغات الهندية. وبدأ الرحلة بتاعته بالمارثي والهندي في صفحات لويكيبيديا، وبعد ذاك بقى امباسادور، بقى سفير لبرامج ويكيبيديا التعليمية. وزي ما هنعرف إن شاء الله في السيمينار إنه في برامج تعليمية لويكيبيديا. برضو كان يشتغل في تيدكس، اللي هو المؤتمرات بتاع تيدكس، واسس مؤتمر تيدكس بونا، واشتغل مع ناس ميليندا جيتس، المنظمه بتاعت جيتس فاونديشن، واخذ منهم جوائز للابتكار بتاعه في ترويج المعرفه عالميا، تحديدا في القطاع بتاع اللغات الهنديه. في البرستيجيوس كلاسيفيكيشن بتاع فوربس صنف أبيشاك من واحد من الشباب العلماء الافضل في عمرهم اقل من 30 سنه، اللي هم 30 اندر 30 سكولر، لشغله في الديجيتال سبيس. فنحن سعيدين جدا ومتشرفين جدا بانه يكون معنا ابيشيك من نيويورك. الان صحيناك بدري، سوري waking you up quite early in New York. So the floor is yours. Can you please give an introduction to yourself and
Sure.
yeah.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Abhishek and I work with various Wikipedia communities across the globe. And I'm excited about my work because I feel like the Sudan, the India is also having rich culture and heritage. And I was really well surprised when people hear about India, they think only about the slums and the slumdog millionaire, like the stereotype image. And because that's what they found in the movies and then the online, and then I found out the best way to represent my country is to control the mediums which portray my country, and Wikipedia is one of the most popular medium. That's why I joined Wikipedia community, to make sure my country, my culture is well represented on Wikipedia. And the reach of Wikipedia is amazing. As some of you might have know, like Wikipedia is completely controlled by volunteers. That means you can go to Wikipedia and edit anything. Not literally anything, you can edit, but it won't stay there. How it is decided, it should be notable because Wikipedia is not a yellow page or advertisement book. So that's the first criteria. The second criteria, it should be written from neutral point of view. And then the third is you also need to respect other people's edits. You just cannot write your own personal views and opinions. So these are basic things of Wikipedia. And Anwar, if possible, I want to show them how many people read Wikipedia. Can we take them to any Wikipedia page?
Yeah, sure. We can take them to the page views of Sudan.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, let me share my screen. الآن حننتقل نشوف في كم نفر بيقروا ويكيبيديا، يعني لصفحة محددة. اخترت الصفحة بتاعت السودان مثلا، اللي هو الارتكل اللي اسمه السودان في ويكيبيديا. في كم نفر شافوه؟ So can you see my screen now?
Yes.
اوكي. فلو مشينا للصفحة هنا ده من بدايتها بنلقى انه في حوالي 3,600,000 و617,000، 3,617,566 page views on Sudan page. Yes.
So this is amazing. So this means if you make even a comma or edit, or if you do anything on the Sudan page, it will go to 3 million people, and the everyday people come to Wikipedia. And so many people ask me, why do you write on Wikipedia? What do you get? Anything? I ask them simple question. You spend so much time on Facebook, WhatsApp, and then why? Like, how? What do you get from Facebook, Twitter, or WhatsApp? Do they give you any money or anything? And plus, if you share something on, say, Facebook, how many people read it? Your friend, friends of friends. But if you write on Wikipedia, you can see like there are million plus people who will be reading your work. So that's why it is really important to write about our culture, heritage, and make sure it is well represented onto the global platform.
Okay, that's great. So let me just compare, stop sharing the screen, and then
Mhm.
tell the people about your motivations. الدوافع بتاعت ابيشيك في انه بدا يعمل الشابتر بتاع الويكيبيديا في الهند. كان الناس يعني عندهم صوره نمطيه عن الهند، انه والله يا اخي كلها ثعابين وناس بيرقصوا وما عارف شنو كلام زي ده. هو قرر انه والله يا اخي انا داير اوري الناس الصوره الحقيقيه للبلدي، فبالتالي الويكيبيديا دي افضل مكان، افضل منصه. So it's the best place to portray the real image about your country, right?
Mhm.
That's
Yes,
the
that's
main
correct.
motive. That okay. So it's encyclopedia. It's an encyclopedia, right?
Yeah, it's an encyclopedia. That's where people get confused. Like, oh, can I write about my dog? Can I write about my cat? Can I write about my grandmother? The simple answer is no, because Wikipedia is an encyclopedia. So you have to understand the rules of encyclopedia. Like, you cannot write anything like about yourself unless and until you are notable and you have some references. So that's the very important rule. Otherwise, Wikipedia will be like advertisement book tomorrow. You will find each and everything. So Wikipedia is a collection of things which are important, which are well cited, which have references, which can be cross-verified. So it's not an advertisement box, it's not a soap box, it's just a pure, simple encyclopedia, nothing more than
So,
that.
in cultures like in the developing countries, mostly they are oral cultures. They are not
Mhm.
written and well documented cultures. So, if you don't have references to, the article that you are intended to write about, what do you do?
Same problem we had in India, but still, like there is always something written. We have to do like little bit research. Like in Pune, we had the temple in which the if it is raining or anyways, you cannot open your umbrella, and there was no reference for that. And we did more and more research, and we figured out it was a superstition,
Hmm.
and it was somewhere written like actually it is open to everyone. And how it started is like the king used to come there with the umbrella on, and that's why people wanted to pay the respect, but that was a part of the tradition, not part of the law. So I think it also gives us opportunity to cross verify our traditions, and sometimes they are just superstitions started by someone just in their free time, and sometimes they carry a deep meaning. So that's always a tricky part. But most of the time, some written things are available in library or somewhere.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that's good. So there is no some other ways, like people go and witness over there. You bring a scholar to write about this.
No, no, no. So Wikipedia purely relies on the references. For example, I might be a PhD scholar,
Hmm.
and I will say I am the expert, and this is the true thing about Sudan because I'm a PhD scholar. But if someone from the say fifth standard can come there and say like this is the reference and that's why it should be there, the fifth standard guy will get more weightage because he is having a reference. So Wikipedia does not discriminate people based on their educational qualification. It judges purely on the citations and references. So it doesn't matter. And original research is not allowed on Wikipedia. Like I cannot say like, oh, I visited Sudan, I counted people, and this is the population of Sudan because
Hmm.
I counted it. There should be third party reference to verify that. Otherwise, tomorrow people will like have 10 different research things. So Wikipedia is not a place for original research. It's a collection of existing references and existing researches.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So that's good. So Wikipedia also one of the infamous stuff about Wikipedia that it contains fake news.
That's partially true and not true because Wikipedia is written by people like me and you. So if I see something wrong written about Sudan or India, then it is my responsibility to go there and make sure it goes away. And that's why we need more good people as compared to bad people to make sure content is neutral and content is not fake. Because Wikipedia is not having its own staff or anything. We completely rely on volunteers. I don't get paid to write to represent my country. Same thing like I spend time on Facebook, I spend time on Wikipedia. So when it comes to wrong information, we have to be alert, and that's we have to check the references. If someone says like Abhishek Suryawanshi is like the president of the European Union, so that's a fake news.
Right.
So people need to be see the references. References should be renowned. I cannot use my Facebook status as a reference. I cannot go and write on, say, Facebook my status as like I'm the president and use it to link to the Wikipedia. It should be covered by international news media outlets, general magazines,
Mhm.
and say scholarly articles. So that's only when we can cite it. So it is a serious issue having the wrong information there. But how many times you saw that the Sudan is a part of America or America is part of the Sudan? So people are aware. You will find always most of the time right information, but sometimes there are bad people who want to write bad and wrong articles. So we have to be very stay alert and make sure that information goes away.
And any edit that gives notification for everyone to read the article.
Yes, so if you make a single edit on, say, Sudan's page, whoever edited that page gets an alert on their watch list. It's like subscribing to the Wikipedia page, subscribing to a Facebook page. So people are monitoring, and you saw like 3 million people are watching Sudan's page. If there is something wrong, out of 3 million people, at least there will be two smart people to remove that fake news or wrong information. So that's
Right.
how the quality check is maintained on the Wikipedia.
So it's the wisdom of the crowd, right?
It's wisdom of the crowd, and there more and more people join in. And now the Sudan page is viewed by 3 million. That's why it might be more accurate. But there are pages which are not seen by so many people. In those pages, wrong information may stay there. But then again, like it's responsibility of community. That's we as a community need to make sure right kind, because our next generation will come online. I don't think they will go to the library and spend time there. They want
Right.
instant answers. They will Google, they will go to the Wikipedia. If it's not there, they say it's a fake news, even
Right.
if it exists in your country. So it is
Right.
really important to document our culture and heritage.
So the page views reflects the number of edits, right?
Views, people are reading the page. Like 3
Okay.
million people are like reading the page. Page views is like the readers. 3 million readers are reading that page, and few of them are editors also. Like at least say I'm assuming 10 to 20 people wrote that page, and 3
Mhm.
million people are viewing that page.
Okay. So yeah, because I'm the sole writer and editor for my own page. Yeah, and I see people are not watching my page as I wish. Yeah.
So you just need to share it with the people and share it. It's like a snowball effect. It starts and keeps growing on and on and on. So
Right.
maybe one day you will find go to sleep, and next day you wake up and then you find like so many people have seen your page and like they are editing the page, they're editing your page.
Yeah, since the whole time. Yeah, let me see the whole time. Yeah, whole time. Yeah. So that's from 2015.
Hmm.
That's when I started the page. That means when I started the page.
Hmm.
Okay. So the page views are 2,740, right?
Yeah, that's a pretty good number. There are many pages, no one even goes there.
Okay. So what determines the page views? Like more page views.
If you are into
Article.
the news or doing something, then there are more page views. For example, you can go to like Trump's page and do the page views. Anytime he makes an announcement, the page views goes up and then come down again.
So
Now,
people
like a celebrity,
Google
yeah.
them.
Yes, yeah. Basically, it's the Google Trends. Yeah, like if it's someone is getting searched more on the Google, the
Mhm.
page views go up.
Okay, okay, that's very much. So now let's talk about what is the difference between the chapter and the page.
So, chapter basically Wikipedia community is comprised of the two parts. One is the editing community, like anyone can edit. But
Mhm.
say now you are editing and you want to form a relationship with a university, like say Doha University or Sudanese University.
Mhm.
Now, as the editor, if I go to the university and I tell them I want to sign a MOU with you, they will ask me, who are you? Like
Mhm.
we as a university want to talk to an organization. So
Mhm.
what Wikimedia Foundation says that you can gather a group of people, editors in your community, and you can start a non-profit organization.
And that
You
has to be
can
registered with the local authority or what?
it's you don't even have to register it. You just need to get the trademark permission. It's a simple form. You just need to say like you won't do like wrong stuff, you won't sell Wikipedia's brand, you will respect the international community. Then you can either register or it can be just on the paper. You can have your own letterhead, email IDs, and then work
Mhm.
with the government or education institutes. So chapter user groups are part of the offline wiki, like TEDx. What TED
Yes.
says is like we cannot go everywhere.
Mhm.
So, and the difference between TEDx and Wikipedia community is Wikipedia gives you more flexibility. Like in TEDx, you cannot go to TED team and tell them what to do and what not to do. It's
Mhm.
other way around, but in the Wikipedia, it's different. Like the community tells Wikimedia Foundation what to do, and they decide the budget, funding. And in TEDx, I don't think the TEDx community is having any say in how TED should operate or what they need to do with their funds.
Right.
So yeah, that's you can think of it like more elaborated and upgraded version of TEDx community.
So you know that Sudan University for Science and Technology, Khartoum University, Garden City
Mhm.
University, Al Ahfad University, all of them can start their own Wikipedia chapter.
Yes, user group. So there is like two, it's just a terminology. User group is something informal. You know it only
Mhm.
three people editing Wikipedia with interest, and they need to see like we are three people in this region and we want to do these things. That's why we need recognition from
Mhm.
Wikimedia Foundation as a user group. Then you can have your own logo. You can get scholarship to attend international events. You get help from the other user groups and chapters. And after 2, 3 years as a user group, then you become a chapter. It's like doing a second level TEDx event. Like the first level
Right.
TEDx event is only day long,
Right.
and the second level is you can do a 2 day multiple speaker event.
Right. So you start with
So
user group for 3 years and then you upgrade into chapter.
yes, but user group and chapter are like almost the same.
Mhm.
Chapters are if you want to hire the staff and want to do things at a better level, and
So
chapter is
you
basically
switch
more
it to
paperwork.
full time, basically.
Yeah, you can have people working if you just prove yourself, you show them you need staff, then you can write a grant proposal
Mhm.
and you can get money from Wikimedia Foundation.
So what sort of training or guidance, mentorship that you can get from Wikimedia?
Wikimedia is itself is like a community. So even at the foundation also, they are the people, most of them go from the community.
Mhm.
Like the successful TEDx organizers get recruited by the TED conferences because they are from the community.
Right.
Like that, foundation is also having people from the Wikipedia community,
Mhm.
like the user group. If you're doing great, then they understand how communities work, so you can get help in terms of funding. In terms, say you want to sign a MOU with the university, but you don't know what to write in the MOU,
Mhm.
or you don't know the best practices. So you can reach out to them, tell them like these, we want to do these activities, and
Mhm.
what are your suggestions. You can reach out to other user groups. We have like 100 plus chapters and user groups across the world.
Mhm.
And then the Berlin is like the annual conference. It's happening, I think, in the last week of April. So
Mhm.
you get invited to that. You can talk to everyone. There are like around 300 people joined last year.
Mhm.
So you can get all kind of help. like from the community to do things.
So everyone is invited, or is exclusive for the the active user groups?
Active user group. The Berlin conference is only for active user groups, and basically it's like a TED Active where people share best practices. The
Mhm.
only difference is in TED Active, they select people. Here, everything is sponsored. Like if you are an active user group, your flights, your accommodation, everything is sponsored by the Wikimedia Foundation.
Okay, so starting a user group and become active, that gives you the potential to attend the annual conference,
Yeah, by
Wikipedia.
default, yeah. By default, everyone gets invited. If you are active, then by default, you are invited to that, to participate in that.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So yeah, and that's takes me to the other question about this grants and scholarships that
Mhm.
one can get from Wikimedia and the international community.
So receiving the grants is to write a grant proposal, you just need to have a clear-cut objective. For
Mhm,
example, we have something called as rapid grants, which you get the grant within a week, in which
mhm,
you need to say like in the university we want to host a workshop and
mhm,
we want to order the food and print some t-shirt, and for that say we need say $500,
mhm,
and in return you will have like 10 people attending the workshop and they will write say 100 articles or say 5 articles, and
mhm,
for that we need $500, and within a week or two you will get the funding.
mhm.
And there are like various resources available, sky is the limit. But the key point here is you need to be clear why you need the money, and it should be you want to do the event and that's why you need the money. It should not be the other way around, like you are
Yeah.
getting money and you want to do the event because there is money.
So basically, it's a sort of hackathon, right?
You can design your own conference. The whole idea is contributing back to the Wikipedia.
Mhm.
You can come there, distribute Wikipedia articles, teach them, and order Wiki. Only thing you cannot do through the grant is pay people. Like you cannot pay people to write on Wikipedia because that's against Wikipedia's policies.
Mhm, mhm,
But you can pay for like people's travel, people if people are coming for like from outside, you can pay for their food.
mhm.
So all those things are allowed.
Yeah,
Only you
similar
cannot pay
similar to
people.
the TED and TEDx experience. You
Yes,
cannot
yes,
pay
yes, yes. You
expenses.
cannot pay them to speak, but you can like pay for their travel, accommodation, and everything.
Right, 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 right. So yeah, so you told me before about starting a Wikipedia chapter in Sudan when you were invited to speak at TEDx Khartoum 2013, and
Mhm.
we had you over there.
It was a great experience. So Sudan, firstly, thank you so much for inviting me. I never thought in my like dreams like I will visit Sudan. And like everyone else, like I had a different image of the Sudan, but I knew that because I'm from India, I know like how bad media portrays country, and I know that my India is much better than what media shows. And I knew that Sudan is also much more beautiful and peaceful than media portrays. And each and every country is having their flaws. Means look at the United States right now.
Mhm.
So no country is perfect. So, but Sudan is really beautiful. I'm really glad visiting Sudan was one of the best decisions of my life. I came there, I met like amazing people. It's a beautiful country with beautiful people. So yeah, it's a great experience. I think we had 150 people, like around 200 people who attended our workshop.
Right, but out of them, we have, I guess, zero people like edit to Wikipedia. Do you remember?
It's
And
that's
yeah,
always a challenging part.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, that happens everywhere. People are enthusiastic about something and then they just disappear. So we have a group that formed by us, yeah, the Sudan Wiki Initiative, yeah, and you are admin, you are administrating and that group as
Nice.
well as myself, yeah. So I need that clear instructions for people, like how people can get involved, like the next webinar that we can do together, because today you are joining from your mobile,
Yes, yes. My laptop, I had
not
some
from
problem. Then I
laptop,
can
as
share
we
the
planned.
screen and.
Yeah, yeah, right. So the next webinar we can start, like doing the edit
Sure.
together.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I see the number of viewers are not sufficient enough to start editing and get feedback from them.
Oh,
So
okay.
how about rescheduling another webinar and we
Sure.
go technical?
Sure. Fantastic.
Yeah. So thank you very much for that. I'll check and see if there is any questions here on Facebook on our group. Yeah. There is one question about the controversy issues, like people starting wars on Wikipedia, and it never end.
The editing war. So basically, for those people who don't know, editing war. For example, I say Michael Jordan is the best player, and someone comes and says Michael Jordan is not best, and
Mhm,
then I can edit, other person can edit, and it goes back and forth. In
mhm.
those situations, the administrators are there, then the community comes together, and then they make a decision, and then everyone needs to respect it. And if people don't respect it, then they get banned.
Okay, yeah.
So,
There
so
is,
but
one
yeah,
article
so
that was closed between, I guess, Al Gore and George Bush, something like
yes,
that.
yes. Every presidential election, every country, like, yeah, it's always like our candidate is the best candidate, other candidate sucks, and they do it all the time. But how many times you see like this XYZ news channel is like fake or biased, but how many times you heard Wikipedia is biased towards certain candidate? So that's the beauty of Wikipedia. Wikipedia is still neutral, and no one ever claimed Wikipedia is whether Republican, Democratic, Congress, or any other political party.
Yeah. So how about, the moderators, people who help the community in certain languages? Can they control, like, the edits that you do? Sometimes you put something and then you suddenly find it removed.
So if you write something with the proper references and citations, no one can remove it. The
Hmm.
only reason it gets removed most of the time is the references, reliable references. You need to make sure it's a tertiary reference. Like yesterday, I was hosting a workshop at the United Nations,
Hmm.
and they say like, "Oh, our we are citing United Nations news as a reference." But if they were writing something about UN stuff and using UN reference, it's not reliable. For
Yeah, the
example,
UN
I will
reference is
write
not available.
for their own website. For example, if I'm writing about, say, I have a company and I'm writing about my employee, I will always write great things about my employee on my company website. So that will not be a reliable reference.
Right.
Say Apple, like Apple's MacBook or say Apple product, I cannot use Apple website as a reliable reference to cite Apple products. Maybe a magazine which reviews, or say Consumer Report, something which reviews the tertiary, which is neutral. So those are reliable references, and you can use Apple website reference, but not as a primary reference because
Okay.
they
So
won't say bad things about themselves.
right. So how can I check whether the third party is a credible reference or not? Apple, for instance, can create another company or media outlet to cite their.
So it should be a nationally acknowledged media company or like a journal which can be trusted and having some reputation, and the community decides. For example, someone sitting in New York may not know what is New York's credible news source.
Mhm.
So the community in the Sudan needs to come together and say like, this is valid and this is notable in our country, because people outside, what is notable in Sudan might not be notable in New York, but that does not. And like you say, we have like oral citations, and we always cannot find written citations. But there might be a travel website which uses that oral citation. Then you can use the travel website to link to that article. So
Yeah.
it depends on the community. In Doha, the researchers can, like the editors, editing community can come together and say like, this is locally respected newspaper, and if it is mentioned in this newspaper, then we will consider it as a notable.
Okay. Okay. That's fair enough. Fair enough.
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess there is another question here. It's about the wars that can happen also between the government and the the opponent for the government.
So yeah, the wars you need to specify it to the talk page, report it to the administrators. Administrators are also like editors like me and you, but they have like higher editing privileges. So they can ban the other person who is vandalizing your page or who is just doing unnecessary edits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's all the questions that I've got so
Hmm.
far. So thank you very much for your time,
Thank you
and
so much.
yeah, we hope to continue in the next sequel. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.